We live? Is this thing on? You bet your booty we're live, and we got some really, really good, juicy fantasy football news. Finally, I'm so happy we got some freaking fantasy news, man. Lots has happened today. A lot has happened today. We are currently queued up in the Drafters $3 mini. I believe it's at 6 out of 12. So we got room for 6 more people to join up. So get in here, come draft with us. It'll be a heck of a good time, a swell time. And then tomorrow we got special guest Justin Herzig on the live stream, and we're gonna have a wild time drafting there with him. Just give me a sec. Gotta pull something up real quick. All right, we're good. Lots of major things happened today, and I'm really excited about it. First things first, Ezekiel Elliott signed to the New England Patriots, which is good and bad if you're a Ramondre Stevenson owner. It's good in the sense that this is definitely going to push Ramondre Stevenson's value down in ADP. And guys like myself who were waiting for that second running back to go to New England to push Ramondre Stevenson down so we could buy the dip are celebrating. I am very excited to buy the dip on Ramondre Stevenson. Currently, I'm at 4% exposure on Ramondre. And 4% exposure on Ramondre. I'm expecting that to jump up exponentially. And the Dalvin Cook to the New York Jets. Everybody's saying, oh, Breece Hall, fade Breece Hall. Please do. I would love to get Breece Hall, in the 5th. That would be sweet. 4th, mid-4th, 5th. Give me Breece Hall then. Buying the dip there. I'm buying the dip there. But let's talk about the biggest winner out of all of these running backs. The person who I am more bullish on now than I ever have been before, and I have 17% exposure to him in both tournaments. That is none other than Jeff Wilson on the Miami Dolphins. And everybody's going to be like, why the hell are you bullish on Jeff Wilson? He's got nothing to do with the New England Patriots or the New York Jets. And clearly, you haven't been paying attention to the news and the rumors. The rumors were Dalvin Cook is going to go to Miami because he's a Miami boy. He's going to go play for the Dolphins. And Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson are all insignificant because Dalvin Cook is going there and he's going to sign there. And when he does go there and when he does sign there, he's going to pip them all. Nobody's going to have any value. And now that has not happened, Jeff Wilson's value has increased exponentially. I do anticipate that the only running back left who could potentially sign there is Leonard Fournette, but I think they have a good three-headed monster there at running back, and they can address other positions. We still are waiting on Leonard Fournette signing. We're still waiting on a Kareem Hunt signing, but 2 of the biggest names in free agency signed within like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm really excited to see how, people are fading the Ramondre Stevensons for like 4 or 5 picks and how people are fading Breece Hall for maybe a whole round. I'm excited for that. I'm here for that. I'm amped for that. I can't wait to see all the implications, and I'm gonna profit because I have a lot of Dalvin Cook, and I was getting Dalvin Cook in the 9th round, like a lot of people have been, who've been drafting since, late April, early May, and I'm done. I'm done with Dalvin Cook. He's no longer going to be free. He's no longer going to be in the 9th round. Good luck getting Dalvin Cook past round 6 or 7. Good luck. I'm not getting him anywhere near there. So I'm happy with my Dalvin Cook in the 9th round, 8th and 9th round. I'm happy with that exposure. I'm ready to start drafting a lot more Ramondre Stevenson and Breece Hall. And somebody else who I need to start getting more exposure to is Derrick Henry. Now, in case you didn't know, you're about to know. We are drafting here on Drafters Fantasy Sports. We're currently queued up in the Drafters $3 mini. It's a $3 buy-in. First place wins $30,000. There's $200,000 in total prizes. tomorrow with Justin Herzig, we're going to be doing the Drafters 2 million. It's a $20 buy-in. First place wins $300,000. There's $2 million in total prizes. And our lobby just filled up. And yeah, $2 million in total prizes. It is best ball format, in my humble opinion. It's the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchups. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. Drafters Fantasy is available relatively everywhere, pretty much everywhere in North America, except for Nevada, Montana, Hawaii. That's about it. I think there's like 2 more states, but it's available in Ontario, and I'm from Ontario. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario. And if you sign up today using promo code DiscoDrafts1, we'll match your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Friendly reminder, if you are a Canadian citizen like myself, you got to factor in the fact that it is done in U.S. currency, U.S. dollaruski, so keep that in mind when you're doing these transactions. Ashen1, what's up, baby boy? He says, hit that like and subscribe and let's go. Let's freaking go. Our draft is full. We're ready to rock. We're picking at the 104. Let's get weird. Antonio, Senor Bonus Hole says, what up? What's up, Antonio? How you doing today, buddy? Colby the Cattle Dog says, all clear. Thank God we are not talking to ourselves. Snowman089, a.k.a. the winner of every giveaway to ever exist in the history of ever. By the way, we're doing another giveaway tomorrow for the Justin Herzig stream. I'm like Oprah. You get a free ticket. You get a free ticket. Everybody's getting a free drafters ticket. I just spat on my screen. Yeah, man. We're doing another giveaway because it's fun to give back to the community. It's fun to treat the community and bless the community the way that they've treated me and blessed me. So I'm very excited for that. Anyway, oh, we're on the clock. Sorry. We'll take. Oh, I don't like this. Fuck, I don't want Christian McCaffrey. I'll take Christian McCaffrey. I hate it. I hate how this draft has started already. I hate it. You know what? You know what this means? I think this means we're just going to go with a super hyper fragile build. Snowman09 says new Jets RB Dalvin Cook is at least a week away from being able to practice after undergoing shoulder surgery in February. Snowman, I'm telling people that I want to buy the dip on Breece Hall, and here you are not helping the situation. You maxed this joint out in June, and now you're sabotaging it for me. Now you're sabotaging it. I'll allow Breece Hall to fall, Senor Snowman. It's Amigo says, haven't had the first pick in a while. Let's go. Congratulations, baby boy. So you're at the 101. Ashen1 is at the 102. My guy. Yours truly is at the 104. Antonio is at the 107. And that's about it for Disco Ball Nation. That's about it. Snowman's laughing. So yeah, I want to know what your thoughts are on Rhamondre Stevenson. Do you think Zeke decreases his value? If so, by how much? Or do you think that it's not that big of a deal and you're going to capitalize on Zeke signing to New England? And same thing with Dalvin Cook going to New York. And are you guys now bullish on Jeff Wilson or Raheem Mostert or Devon Achane? Because all of them are still relatively free, and one of them's got to start. I just feel like schematically, Jeff Wilson fits the mold the best there, and I got a lot of exposure there, so I might need to start getting me some Raheem Mostert. The draft is off to an interesting start. So Justin Jefferson goes to It's Amigo. Jamar Chase goes to Ashen1. It's Amigo says Rhamondre will still catch a ton of passes. Whether it be Ezekiel Elliott, whether it be Pierre Strong, whether it be Kevin Harris, whether it be that new guy, not Montgomery. What's that new kid's name that went crazy in the preseason game? whether it be that new kid that went crazy in the preseason game, that running back, whoever it is, they're simply just coming in to spell Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson is still the workhorse running back in that room. He's still getting all the high value touches. He's still getting the volume in the touches. Ezekiel Elliott's simply there now to just give him wind. Like, you need a breath of fresh air. We need to still gain positive yardage when, you are sitting down and catching a breath. And, if Zeke can come in for 3 downs, potentially grind out a first down, it's great for Ramondre Stevenson. But don't expect Zeke to come in and start pipping the red zone touches in the red zone, like being the red zone guy over Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson's a better receiving back. He's a better red zone back. He's got younger and fresher legs. And I can't say enough about how much I love me some Ramondre now. Like, I need all the Ramondre. And it sucks because my rule number 1 is don't be a homer. And my favorite home team is the New England Patriots. Those are my guys. I'm a Pats fan through and through. I'm religious about my Patriots. And I don't want to stock up on a homer pick because usually it never goes well. I want to get exposure everywhere else so I could just cheer for my team on Sundays and not have my day ruined by, my Patriots getting their asses kicked and by, my fantasy team also sucking because I only drafted people on my home team. So yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting, but that's how I'm playing it. I'm buying the dip on both Breece Hall. I'm buying the dip also on Ramondre Stevenson. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I'm going to take Josh Allen here. I think it's time I try B. Kurt's single QB strat. I think it's time I try that strat. And I know Patrick Mahomes was there and logic would say get Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to. I'm not fading Patrick Mahomes. I'm just higher on Josh Allen this year. It's Amigo says I would like more ATM myself. I'm not there on ATM, but I do need to start getting exposure there. Still trying to get exposure there. Ashton one says I don't think it's that big of a deal, but mostly because Stevenson is great all around, catches a lot of passes, and I got a great deal in the Mastiff on him, and that would kill it. So he'll be fine. Sick. All right. So Jahmyr Gibbs is now going ahead of Ramondre Stevenson. And I'm loving this because he's falling and he's going to fall to the 4th round. And this is what I called. Let Ramondre fall to the 4th round. And I'll take, if Ramondre comes back to me at pick 45, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I highly doubt it. I want to give these people credit, especially, but kickers, points, SFF started with a hyper fragile approach here. He got 2 really strong running backs. Out there goes Ramondre. Never mind. All right, so Ramondre was the last pick in the 3rd round. This guy got Jordan McBort got Ramondre Stevenson and Josh Jacobs around the bend, the 3 and 4 bend. That's a pretty sick value. That's pretty significant. Good for him. And then Breece Hall going pick 39, so he's falling even. So Ramondre and Breece Hall both fell, not significantly, but definitely a few picks. Definitely Ramondre's down. What's his ADP right now? Where does it say his ADP? Huh. Yeah, Ramondre, I recall Ramondre going around pick 27, maybe even pick 26. Now he's going as pick 36. Breece Hall was going around pick 33, 34. Now he's going pick 39. So they're both falling a couple spots. Snowman09 says, I think Zeke will take short yardage in the short goal line stuff. A little annoying, but nothing crazy in my opinion. So you think he's going to come in as a Kareem Hunt, touchdown vulture kind of deal? You think that's what he's going to do? I don't want that. But I also have a shit ton of Zeke in round 16 and 17. Way too much Zeke. I was going to take Joe Mixon there, but it is what it is. We'll take Christian Watson. I saw DJ Moore there. I really wanted to take DJ Moore, but I have way too much exposure to him. He's my most owned wide receiver right now. DJ Moore is by far my favorite wide receiver value in all draft formats. Redraft, best ball, you name it. He's my best wide receiver. He's my favorite wide receiver value. So we might see Ashton one take. He took DJ Moore. So I think it's Amigo takes Justin Fields. So he snipes him from that. So Ashton one still has the Joe Burrow stack available, but he goes with Kenneth Walker, and then Drake London goes, and I'm here having to decide if I want Aaron Jones, Brandon Ayuk, or Deontay Johnson. I'll take Deontay Johnson. I think last year, Deontay Johnson was the most unlucky wide receiver when it came to fantasy football because he had top 10 potential just based off of volume alone. He had top 10 potential. It was just tough in that offense with Mitch Trubisky and a rookie Kenny Pickett to convert those opportunities into touchdowns. And a lot of the passes that were thrown his way were pretty uncatchable. They're relatively uncatchable. So with that being said, I think Deontay Johnson has top 10 upside this year. I generally do. And call me stupid if you'd like. I don't care. I think he has top 10 upside because had he converted even a quarter of his opportunities, especially in the red zone, that volume alone, had he converted any of that, we'd be talking about a top 10 wide receiver. And I think things are going to be a lot different this year, especially since the O-line's improved substantially up in Pittsburgh. And I think Kenny Pickett's a huge upgrade, and he's got that it factor where he's a gamer. The dude knows how to go out and ball out and just be a complete gamer. Mitch Trubisky, God bless him, he came in and gave his best shot, but he's not that guy. Snowman089 says not Hunt because Hunt caught a lot of passes, basically same role he had in Dallas last year. Fair. Do you guys think that Zeke's going to play in preseason games now? You think Bill's going to do that to him? As a Patriots fan, I love the idea of Ezekiel Elliott being on the New England Patriots. I just hate that it's this year. Why couldn't it have been his first 3 years in the NFL? We'd be talking about a dynasty and then some. Ashen1 says no stacks, just quality here. All right, well, let's look at our Disco Balls drafts. It's Amigo goes Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Fields, Travis Etienne. Speaking of Jonathan Taylor, we bought the dip there. And it was tasty, delicious dip. We got him as late as pick 32. He's reportedly supposed to be coming back to camp. Good to go. Joining Indy. Shocker. Justin Fields, Travis Etienne. I like your start, it's Amigo. Ashton one goes Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Hurts, DJ Moore, Kenneth Walker. I like your start as well. Antonio goes Kelsey, Henry, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is going earlier and earlier now. I remember when he fell to the third round. Deebo Samuel, Christian Kirk, Aaron Jones. Snowman089 says, I actually like the signing. Take the rougher touches off of Stevenson. Y'all had gotten Hopkins, and that would have been amazing. Also, where is Taylor's back, but still is holding up? He's not back yet, unless I missed something since I've been live for the last 18 or 19 or so minutes. Shout out to Quasi, Triple X Barry, we miss you. Yeah. But he should be back at some point this week. If he's back now, cool. I hadn't seen that report yet, though. And it's not necessarily a holdout. It's a hold-in because he's technically still under contract. All right. God. Decisions. We'll go with Cam Akers. I like Cam Akers this year. He's more than 18 months removed from an Achilles injury. And according to Sports MD analytics, Sports MD analysis on Twitter, 18 months is that threshold to get your explosion back in that Achilles and into, your cutting and shifting as a running back. And Cam Akers is well removed from that 18 months. So I like him. All right. Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Swift. Like, I'm pretending like I don't even see Michael Pittman there. I generally don't even see Michael Pittman there. Fuck it. We'll go with David Montgomery. I can't get enough David Montgomery. I think he's so good. And he's going to be so good this year in that scheme behind that O-line. They're like, you got to think about it this way. Other than Miles Sanders, he's the running back who received the second most money this offseason. Think about it. They're invested, and just because Jahmyr Gibbs just got drafted there doesn't necessarily mean it's going to push David Montgomery. They're going to utilize them both. They're going to use David Montgomery in the short yardage situations. He's also a very exceptional receiving back. So David Montgomery he's going to take all the red zone looks. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is they're both going to be on the field at the same time. They really are. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be more of like a tweener, like a little bit of a receiver, a little bit of a running back guy. You know, he's going to line up from anywhere and everywhere. I'm treating him more like Deebo Samuel, like more of a wide receiver than I am a running back. Jahmyr Gibbs has a lot of upside, but David Montgomery, just pure running back. Very excited. Big Willie style, salute. Willie, when are we going to draft with you again, man? I miss you. You've changed. I miss you, man. My allergies are kicking in real bad right now. All right. In case you didn't know, now you're about to know. We are drafting here on Drafters Fantasy Sports in the $3 mini. First place wins $30,000 on a $3 buy-in. And there's $200,000 in total prizes. And before I keep going, I need to tell you, this is not a mock draft. This is a real money best ball draft for 20 rounds. You're going to get your best shots on net, your best competition, your best practice doing these paid best ball drafts because everybody here's invested. They're not going to make their first 3 picks like you're going to see on Yahoo or on Sleeper. They're not going to make their first 3 picks and then auto pick because they're happy they got with like a Ramondre and a Josh Jacobs and a CeeDee Lamb with their first 3 picks. Right? You got 20 guys, or you got 12 guys drafting for 20 rounds, giving their best shot, and you're going to have a better knowledge of ADP. You're going to have a better knowledge of where to buy the dip and where to sell. You're going to have a better knowledge of what true ADP value is come redraft season. This is the best way to practice and get ready for your redraft league, and you can also win a really, really, really ridiculous amount of money doing so. Not bad for a $3 investment. There's a lot of return on this, okay? Then there's the Drafters 2 million, which we'll be doing a giveaway for tomorrow, where first place wins $300,000. And there's $2 million in total prizes to be redistributed to all other winners. We're going to go Sky Moore here. This is a weird draft. We're going single QB. We're pulling a big Kurt. We're going single QB. Yeah. It's best ball format, which is the most convenient way for your draft. 0 time commitment. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your weekly roster will be submitted into your weekly matchups. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. So say you got we got to make a pick before we keep going here. P-Ryan. We're taking Samaje Perine. All right, so say you got a Tua Tagovailoa and a Dak Prescott at quarterback. Say week 8 happens and Tua gets concussed, knocked out of the game, but you like in redraft format, you're like, ah, shit, you know, I would start him and I left Dak on the bench and Dak had a pretty solid performance. You don't have to worry about that. It will literally take the best overall performance based on the depth that you drafted with and apply that to your positional slot, every positional slot during your weekly matchup. And the best overall points will be applied. You know what? I knew I liked you when I first met you, but the fact that you know where my name Disco came from makes me like you even more. Disco, Disco, good, good. If you guys can name that movie other than Brad Hay, I might consider a giveaway. If you guys can name that movie other than Brad Hay, because like that is a good movie, and the fact that you know where I got my name Disco, I love it. Shout out to Brad Hay. Brad, you're going to be drafting with us tomorrow in the Drafters 2 million with Justin Herzig. Would love to see you in here, bud. And thanks for tuning in. When did you max out your $3 mini? I know you maxed it out. Did you pull a snowman and max it out in mid-June as well? Wouldn't be shocked. This guy's a shark. XO wanted to pop in and say hi. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, babe. Thanks for popping by. Good to see you. Yeah, I called you, babe. Yeah, I called you, babe. My wife's like, who you calling babe, motherfucker? Huh? Who you calling babe, motherfucker? You bald fuck. It's kind of, no, there's no shot. It's not coming back. No matter how much I grow everything around it, this is still horrible. Is this better? Nope, it's not. It's rough. It's rough out here. Alrighty then. We'll take Jameson Williams because why the hell not? We need some wide receiver help there. I'm very excited to try this single QB draft. I mean, I have yet to do it, and I told myself I got to try it. I got to try it with at least 5 or 6 of the quarterbacks and see what all the hype and hoopla is about. I know B. Kurt and those crazy sickos over at Spike Week really promote this, so I'm gonna buy in because I do have a lot of respect for B. Kurt and those folks at Spike Week. And we got Damian Harris. Let's go. Finally, some sort of correlation. Bless you. The wife's like, uh-oh. Guys, she's gonna beat me. She's gonna beat me, and I'm scared. Help. Send help. Send help. She's going to beat my butt. Help. All right, let's catch up with the disco ball, see what they're doing. I'm very curious to see what Antonio's doing because I don't think he's got Garrett Wilson or Breece Hall. It's like his security blanket. That's his blankie. Antonio goes Travis Kelce, Derrick Henry, Deebo Samuel, Christian Kirk, Aaron Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Michael Pittman, Isaiah Pacheco, Michael Thomas, Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's about to make his next. And Jamal Williams. It's a good draft. It's a good draft. Like, even though he didn't go super elite wide receiver to start, he still has really good wide receiver value. I like it. This guy at the 106, I love his draft. I do. He went Stephon Diggs, Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Justin Herbert. Like, that's a double stack and a half. And to get Herbert there, you got to read the room, fellas. If you guys see, and Dalvin Cook in round 7. Hoop, there it is. I'm wondering where Zeke's going to go. He hasn't gone yet, has he? No. But I'm anticipating he'll be gone before round 14 or around round 14. Dalton Kincaid's gone. I would have liked Dalton Kincaid. But we wouldn't have gotten him anyways. All right, let's look at Ashton One's team. I love the way this guy drafts. It's very unique. It's different from what I would do. And like, those are the people who I like to take lessons from, because if they're going to do something different, then they stand a chance of winning if like I'm wrong. And like, I could be wrong. My takes could definitely be wrong. There's a little bit of humility in what we do here, right? Because anything can happen. Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley, Jalen Hurts, DJ Moore, then Kenneth Walker, Darren Waller, James Cook, Antonio Gibson, Rashad Penny, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones. This is a draft I would do. I really like your draft, buddy. It's Amigos at 148 drafts. My boy is about to be done in Miniland. He's going to graduate to the Drafters 2 million land. Nicole Coffey says he has bad taste, but he could always be right. You're his wife. How does he have bad taste and he's married to you? You got a great man and you are a great woman. He doesn't have bad taste. He's a man of many talents and great taste. He has a great wife. And he has a great channel that he supports. And we love him. We can't say enough good things about him. I probably should have gotten Elijah Mitchell there, just as like the double stack with CMC. I should have handcuffed CMC with Elijah Mitchell there. And then Marvin Mims, man. Oh, Ashen One says, as Nicole Coffey, it's me on here, not her, but thank you. Fair. I appreciate you. Funny guy. Your wife's got a draft with us soon, man. I got into a draft with my wife the other day. I was out and about and she was at home. And I had like some time to kill. And she's like, hey, you want to do a $3 mini? I'm like, heck yeah. It's like the cutest thing you could do. This way I can chat. Noted. All right, brother. Sister, brother, sis. Well, if Elijah Mitchell comes here, I think we're sitting pretty at running back for the rest of the draft. I think we're doing pretty well there. All right. Fuck that. I'm a Laporta supporter. Let's go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get like one of these little like siren lights that go crazy. And anytime Sam Laporta goes off the board, I'm clicking that bitch. You don't believe me? Watch. Tomorrow. We'll have it up tomorrow. Babe, remind me. You know how forgetful I can be. Yeah, I like the Sam Laporta pick here. That's a good pick. Disco's doing well. All right, let's look at our draft. So far, we got Josh Allen at the quarterback position. We're going single QB here. Shout out to B. Kurt and the crazy sickos over at Spike Week. Christian McCaffrey, Cam Akers, David Montgomery, Samaje Perine, Damian Harris, Tyler Algier. We're fine at running back. We don't need more. Wide receiver, we go Chris Olave, Christian Watson, Deontay Johnson, Sky Moore, Jameson Williams, tight end, Sam Laporta. So, yeah, I think for the rest of the draft, we just got to take best wide receivers and best tight ends available. I think we could afford two tight ends going single QB here. Or 3 tight ends going single QB here, and then just go crazy at the wide receiver position. My math is off, but I could go 1 quarterback, 6 running backs, 10 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. That's fun. I think I like the strategy, B. Kurt. Ashton One says strong running backs for sure. I try. Usually I'm not like a big, super RB start kind of guy. And we kind of went hero RB here. And then Cam Akers, it was either Cam Akers or George Pickens because I have way too much Jahan Dotson. But I like it. It's different. Ashton One says top 4 wide receivers, strong 2. Agreed on some Spike Week guys. Wide receivers because you have great floor squad. Yeah. And I think Josh Allen is the safest floor at the quarterback position this year. I like. So I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is going to have a bad year. I just like Jalen Hurts better when he was being drafted in the 5th round. And hear me out, okay? We're not fading Jalen Hurts. By no means are we fading Jalen Hurts. My logic behind not drafting Jalen Hurts and getting Josh Allen instead is this. Jalen Hurts just signed a significant contract. He is now the Philadelphia Eagles' biggest investment. Since the Eagles are investing so much money and capital in Jalen Hurts, I anticipate that the rushing production that made him a fantasy football winner is going to be decreased quite significantly. Because if it's not decreased quite significantly, he's going to run the risk of being injured more often. And the best way to protect your asset is to reformat the kind of offense that you're running. We saw it happen And we're seeing it happen right now in Baltimore. Baltimore brought in a completely different offensive scheme where they're not going to run Lamar Jackson as much. Like, I'm not saying he's not going to run the ball anymore, but the plays where he did have his big breakout, like, they're always going to have the QB sneak there, right? They had a crazy, 30 out of 33 conversions, and a bunch of them led to his 13 rushing touchdowns. But I'm talking about his big plays with his legs where he breaks big, scores those big touchdowns, keeps drives going. I don't foresee that happening where it's designed that way. He is still going to have his big plays and his huge rushing upside, but I think that the volume alone that made Jalen Hurts exciting last year is not going to be there this year, which is why I'm not that high on Jalen Hurts this year as I was last year. And that's why I'm that high on my guy. We'll take Richie James here. And that's why I'm that high on my guy, Justin Fields, because Justin Fields is not protected by a contract. Justin Fields needs to go earn a contract, and he's going to earn it with his legs and his arm. So, yeah. Nicole Coffey says safest floor is Ritter. His floor will be 10 points. His spike weeks are 17. Safe to say he can do his projections. I'm so torn on Ritter. Part of me wants to be all in on Ritter this year, and a part of me is like, I don't think he's there yet. And it's not because he's not talented. Like, as a 20th round pick, I think he's a tremendous value. And if he does fall to me in the 20th round, by all means, I will take him. And I will say, screw this single QB build. If he falls to me in the 20th round, I will take him. I just feel like his offense is not designed for him to succeed this year. And by succeeding, I'm not talking about wins. I'm talking about fantasy football production. His projections are so low that they would be hard to miss is all. Yeah, for sure. And that's why here he's our first prop to hit over 2,650.5 passing yards. And if you sign up today using promo code DiscoDrafts1 on Drafters Fantasy Sports, you can also 100x your dollars. And it's available in Ontario. Shameless plug. I miss Disco Ball Nation. I do. Jonesy's over here, getting superstar status on Twitter. It couldn't happen to a better guy, honestly. Like, I'm not going to talk about him big timing us. I know he's fucking exhausted. Dude works like insane hours. Like, pretty sure he told me he started work one day at like 2 a.m. He starts work at 2 a.m. and he's been here for most of our drafts. So, yeah, I don't think anybody deserves as much success as this Jonesy guy. Best Ball Jonesy on Twitter. Make sure you follow him. Because, like, dude works his fucking ass off, and it's nice to see him get rewarded for it. It's good to see good guys get rewarded. And I'm very happy for Jonesy. So if you are on the Twitter, make sure you follow Best Ball Jonesy. That's my guy. That's my twin. It's my knight in shining armor. It's my boy. Jonesy Wan Kenobi. Jonesing for a draft. He'll be here with us. And, like, Justin Herzig, that interview, it wouldn't have happened without Jonesy. Jonesy's the one who connected the pieces. Jonesy set it up. So shout out to Jonesy. We miss him. I hope he's napping right now. If you guys do see that he's tweeting, I'm gonna be upset about it. Somebody at the door? My dogs are losing their mind. Can you guys hear that? Oh. Yeah, so the draft is going good. It's a different draft for us. We still need more tight ends. We still haven't gotten tight ends. We got Sam Laporte, and that's about it. How do we feel about Khalil Shakir? Do we like Khalil Shakir this year? I don't know how I feel about Khalil Shakir. I have zero exposure to him. And if there's any time for me to draft him, it would be now. But I'd rather get Trent Sherfield in the last round. I don't know how to feel about Khalil Shakir right now. One in Rome. All right. Just an exposure pick. Don't love it. Don't hate it. I definitely hate it. I 100% hate it. I'm not there on Khalil Shakir. But I mean, I don't have Stephon Diggs. I don't have James Cook. I don't have Gabe Davis. I don't have Dalton Kincaid or Dawson Knox. So I need some sort of correlation, right? Maybe it's a reach. If Gesicki falls to us here, we might consider him, but I also like the idea of taking Justin Ross with this build. We'll see how it pans out. All right, Justin Ross it is. Terrace Marshall went down with an injury. Couldn't remember how significant it was, but I believe he was carted off. Hope he's okay. I don't have any exposure to Terrace Marshall either. It's not that I'm a Terrace Marshall hater. I just don't have any faith in that receiving core. The only guy I want is DJ Chark just for the spike week potential. But I believe Chark is going earlier and earlier. Where did Chark go here? Where the hell did Chark go? Oh, round 12. Yeah. I remember getting him in round 15. It's Amigo got Jeff Wilson. Shout out to It's Amigo. He listens. He's smart. We like It's Amigo. So let's look at the Disco Balls drafts, make our last couple of picks, wrap it up, and then be ready for a fantastic giveaway tomorrow with a very special guest. It's me. It goes Justin Fields, Gino. Bad Guys official says hi, folks. Hi, Bad Guys. Was it a game that you were coaching today, or was it a practice? Bad Guys was coaching basketball today. Justin Fields, Geno Smith, Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, Brian Robinson, Tajay Spears, Jeff Wilson, Kareem Hunt. I love the way you draft, bro. Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson, Tyler Boyd, DJ Chark, Hunter Renfro, Evan Ingram, Cole Kmet. That's a sick draft. It's a sick draft. So you got Fields and Kmet, Geno and DK. I anticipate you're probably going to get a Fant here. You got to read the room. You got to know what people are going for, and then you got to give them that Jedi mindfuck, like the Jedi mindfuck. Like, this is who I say you're going to take, and then you're going to take somebody else and leave that value for me because I'm still punting tight end in round 18, and I need it. Ashton 1 goes Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Antonio Gibson, Rashad Penny, Donta Foreman, Jamar Chase, Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones, Isaiah Hodgins, KJ Osborne, Darren Waller, Jake Ferguson. I like Ashton 1 because like he's true to like the best available, getting unique, like overall roster construction, but not necessarily focusing on stacks and stack correlations. I like that. I respect that. I respect that a lot. All right, Hayden Hurst. Could we go to war with a Hayden Hurst and a Sam Laporta? Could we? Because I think I'm fine at wide receiver. I do like our wide receivers. There's no wide receiver who's currently available that has me like going absolutely bonkers. I could potentially take a Mac Jones and then a third tight end if Mac Jones falls to me, or Desmond Ridder. But I'd have to wait until round 20 to do that, according to the folks at Spike Week. Yeah, I'm just going to go all the way down there and take my guy Jelani Woods at this point to save this tight end room. And this last pick, hopefully it's Mac Jones or Desmond Ridder. And if it's neither one, maybe Baker Mayfield. Because we're not, or even CJ Stroud, honestly, but we're not wasting a pick on Trey Lance anymore. We have way too much exposure there. Way too much exposure there. Huh. Yeah, this zero QB stuff is tough. That's Ashen One. Nicole Coffee, aka Ashen One, says, "Hey, bad guys, happy to catch the end, my man. Appreciate you. Tryouts, nice. How old?" It's Amigo says, "I had Noah Fant queued up. I figured you would. It's good. It's, as I said, it's a good practice to read the room. The fact that I get to speak out loud and do it while I'm live on stream is pretty neat." Bad Guys Official says, "Where did Zeke go?" Great question. Great question. He went around 15, so right around ADP. He didn't jump up. 13-year-olds, nice. Nice. All right. I might get a Mac Jones or a Desmond Ridder here. And I'm really excited about this. Because, like, every time I come close to doing this zero QB build, I always tell myself, maybe it's a dumb idea. And, like, the logic behind it is very sound. But last year was like a bit of a crazy year. And the championship week was also decided by a guy practically dying on the football field and a lot of players not playing. So maybe had he not died and, Josh Allen had a full game, and no, he didn't die. Damar Hamlin's healthy, God bless him, but like his heart literally stopped on the field. So that's why I say he died on the field. So yeah, if Damar Hamlin's heart didn't stop on the field and both Josh Allen and Joe Burrow got to play a football game, maybe the results would be completely different. Snowman089 says, "Random football question for you. Who are your top 5 all-around tight ends? Not just fantasy tight ends after Kelsey and Andrews." TJ Hawkinson's not on that list. Let me start by saying that. And by all around, like, hold on. You said not fantasy? Okay. Dallas Goedert. Love me some Dallas Goedert. I think everything Dallas Goedert is absolutely tremendous. He can't do no wrong. He blocks tremendously. He catches tremendously. His run after the catch is amazing. And we got Desmond Ridder here. Love Dallas Goedert. George Kittle, like fantasy football wise, he's pretty solid, especially if Brock Purdy's a quarterback. But like talking about like the prototype tight end, the guy who could do the run after the catch, the guy who could ball out, the guy who can block. Like he's an extra O lineman when he blocks, and he's an extra receiver when he runs routes. So George Kittle's got to be up there. Like I'm sick and tired of hearing any George Kittle disrespect. George Kittle needs some respect, and he needs more of it. Another all-around tight end that does it all. It's a very like an all-around tight end, somebody who blocks and catches tremendously, not fantasy football perspective. Not just fantasy football wise. Who's another guy I respect? Gerald Everett. Gerald Everett's one of those all-around guys. Pat Freiermuth. If you're talking all-around tight ends, Pat Freiermuth has to be in the conversation, and he's going to have a tremendous year this year. And I even like his backup more than I like him. His backup's a great dynasty stash. Darnell Washington. Love Darnell Washington, but he's not on the list. And the last all-around tight end that I like, who does it all. Hayden Hurst is a good blocker, but he's not a crazy threat in the passing game. David Njoku, I'm kind of fading. We said no Travis Kelce. We said no Mark Andrews. I still can't go to Hawkinson. I still can't go to Hawkinson. Like, there's no part of me that wants anything to do with Hawkinson. Cole Kmet's not there. Dawson Knox and Kincaid are not there. And it's got to be somebody who's proven, who's played, right? Her. Like, I wouldn't even put Kyle Pitts or Darren Waller or Evan Ingram in the all-around tight end discussion because they're not all-around tight ends. They're receivers. I'm going to say Chig because Chig can block too. So I got Freiermuth, Chig, Everett, Dallas Goedert, and who's my last one? Kittle. Snowman089 says, love me some Kittle, absolute animal. Yeah. Kittle's like, you want him on your team. Fantasy or anywhere else. Honestly, I think Hawkinson is to the point that he's underrated, good receiver, can have explosive games, not an awesome blocker, but not league worst. No. But like if we're talking all around tight end, somebody who you want to like, the tight end is literally the separation between your receiver and your blocking. Like they have to do both, right? That's the dividing point. If he can glue that together and do both and be your Swiss knife guy, you're lucky. And the fact that the 49ers have multiple of those, unique talents where you got, not just a guy who could block or a guy who can catch, a guy who can, they got like Kyle Juszczyk, phenomenal. Christian McCaffrey, phenomenal. Debo, phenomenal. George Kittle, phenomenal. They got a bunch of guys that could do a lot of shit. All right, let's look at our draft. We went Josh Allen. We were really trying to push this. Snowman089 says Hunter Henry as well. Yeah, I'm not going to give him any hype until he deserves it. He was great when he was in San Diego. That's how good he was in San Diego. Not Los Angeles Chargers, but San Diego Chargers. So we wanted to go with a single QB build here. Shout out to B. Kurt for that. But we didn't because Desmond Ridder fell to us at pick 237. And I like that. I'm okay with that. Desmond Ridder. Running back, we went CMC, Cam Akers, David Montgomery, Samaji, P. Ryan, Damian Harris, Tyler Algier. Wide receiver, we went Chris Olave, Christian Watson, Deontay Johnson, Sky Moore, Jameson Williams, Richie James, John Mechie, Khalil Shakir, Justin Ross. Tight end, we went Sam Laporta, Hayden Hurst, Jelani Woods. Very interesting and unique draft. Antonio says, damn, I ought to pick the last one. Dang. Peace. See you, buddy. Thanks for drafting with us. Love you to pieces. See you tomorrow. All right, guys. I'm not going to finish this off by saying hopefully we got some Dalvin Cook news because we got some Dalvin Cook news. And I'm very excited to see Breece Hall and Ramondre both go down into these drafts. And then Dalvin Cook, Ezekiel going up. I'm buying the dip here. We're not talking queso because Quasi has forgotten about us. Quasi doesn't love us anymore. Quasi will be back tomorrow. Promise you. All right, guys. Love you. See you tomorrow for a big giveaway. And, bring your questions for Justin Herzig. It should be a hell of a time. Peace.